Hello, my name is Rabbi Paysach Krohn, and I am so privileged and thrilled to have been invited by my dear friend Danny Rudick to come to speak to all of you about the importance of tefillah in the month of Elul, and as we approach Rosh Hashana, the Aseret Yemei Tshuva, and Yom Kippur. I'm so honored to speak to all of you in Gibraltar. You know that I love coming there. I've been there numerous times. And just last summer, when I led a trip to the southern part of Spain, I made sure that we could come to Gibraltar so I would be able to speak at night and give a shir in your wonderful synagogue. So once again, I'm thrilled to be here, and I hope that we'll be able to be inspired together. You know, in the tefillah of Rosh Hashana and Yom Kippur, we say one specific word many, many, many times. And when you think about it, the word really almost has not even an important meaning. And that word is uvachein. Uvachein simply means, and in this manner. Now I want to read to you, if you'll remember, after Ata Kadosh, you'll take a look in your marza, you'll see, we say, uvachein yiskadesh shimcha Hashem Elokeinu. And in this manner, your name should be sanctified. Hashem's name should be holy. But really, it didn't have to say Uvachein. It could say, Yizkadesh Shimcha Hashem Elokeinu. Hashem, your name should be sanctified. Again, we say, Uvachein Tein Pachtecha. And in this way, give awe on all your creations. It could have said, Tein Pachtecha. Why does it say Uvachein? And then it says, Uvachein Tein Kovod. Hashem liyamecha. Give honor to your people. Uvachein Tzadikim. Again, we say the word Uvachein so many times. What is the muvan of this? So I have a very dear friend, Rabbi Nachum Nissel, who showed me once something that the Avud Raham said that is really out of this world. Let's go back to the story of Megillas Esther, Mordechai and Esther. Mordechai realizes that the Jews are in trouble and that Haman is going to make a problem for them. So he goes to Esther and he sends a message to Esther and he says like this: now you have to reveal who you really are. You've got to go into the king and say that you're a Jewish person and that Haman wants to kill the Jews and you've got to save the Jewish nation. And she says, you know that you cannot go into the king without permission. Anybody who goes into the king without permission, as the pasuk tells us in Perek Dalet pasuk Yud Aleph, Kol Avdei HaMelech, anybody, all the king's servants know, anybody who goes into the chotzer and it wasn't invited, they could be killed. So Mordechai says, listen, now's the time, you have to do it. You have no choice. If you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it and we're going to be saved, but you got to do it. So now listen very carefully to what Esther says to Mordechai. And this is in Perek Dalet, Pasuk Design. Leich kenois es kol haYehudim. Gather all the Jews that are in Shushan, and they should fast for me. And you should not eat and drink 3 days. And me and my maidservants, we also will fast. Uvachein. She's using the word uvachein. Uvachein ovayal hamelech. And in this manner, I'm going to come to the king. Says the Avudram something so special. Every time when it says the word hamelech in the Megillah, it's a reference to Hashem, Hamelech, the king of all the world. Now, we know that Esther was afraid to go into the king because she maybe was not deserving to go in at that moment. So we are like Esther. We are coming now to the king, the Melech Malchei HaMelechim, before the Yom Hadin, on Rosh Hashana and Yom Kippur, and we're afraid to go into the king. So we are doing like Esther. Uvachein ovayal hamelech. We're going in with fear and with trepidation because of our past, and maybe we're not so deserving. But why do we say uvachein? Because look what happens. Look what happens. The king sees Vahi kerois hamelech as Esther. When the king sees Esther Hamalka, what does he do? She finds favor in his eyes, and he gives her the Sharvat HaZahav, the golden scepter, and he tells her, Ad Chatzia Malchus, tell half the king, I'll give it to you. So he answered her prayers, and that's what we want. We come to Hashem with great hesitation because we are afraid about the Yom Hadin. That's why we say Uvachein. But what happened? That's why she got answered. And then I heard such a fabulous thing. The Arizal says that Yom Kippur is Yom Kippurim. Now what does that mean? How could it be Yom Kippurim? Yom Kippur is a day of seriousness, of fasting, and not eating, right? And not wearing shoes. And Purim is a day of holiday, of drinking and all merriment. But that's what it means. Yom Kippurim. We want that the day should be like Purim, just like Esther was answered when she said Uvachein, and she got answered by the king. We also too want to get answered. And so what I would tell each one of you to do, and that's what I've done, take your Machzor, underline in Shachris, Mincha, Ma'ariv, Nila, Musaf, every line, when it says Uvachein, underline it. And you're going to think about it, that we're going into the king, and we're hesitant, and we're afraid, but we're confident. We're confident because just like Esther said, Uvachein, Ovayal HaMelech, and she was answered, that's how Bezrat Hashem, that we too will be answered, and our tefillahs will be answered. So that's what I would suggest to all of you. To enhance your tefillah, take the Machzor tonight, before Rosh Hashana, in the month of Elul. Take the Rosh Hashana Machzor, take the Yom Kippur Machzor. Highlight maybe in yellow every time when it says Uvachein in the Shmoneh Esrei, and think about Esther, and think about her sincere tefillah, and then you'll see, mit Hashem, Hashem will answer. Just like that king answered Esther, our king, Hashem will answer us.